Hello, this is Philip and welcome to my channel for this new episode of KSP2. We are looking at Kontrol System 2 and today I want to execute a maneuver. For that I cleaned up a little my workspace of TO2, 1202. So I created a library maneuver. Okay, in that library put my functions, compute velocity, the home and transfer from the last episode, and the go to from function. Okay, and now I want to create a execute maneuver function. Okay, so I can just here I can do that. Execute maneuver. Okay. So this will be a public function and exe MNV, right? This is a public function because I need to have access to that function in my main script here. So I want to use a goToFrom for my library maneuver, and then I want to use the public function exe maneuver. So I need a craft, and the craft type is a vessel, and the type return of the function returns type unit, so this is a generic type. Okay, and I want then to create my next node. Okay, and for that I have to use craft maneuver and next node value. Okay, so for now the node is not created, but it will be. Okay, so let me comment that section right here. Okay, so in my main script, okay, I have deactivated the SAS, so the SAS is off. The mode for now of my autopilot is the autopilot mode, but it will change soon. And I define two variables, constant variable, the value of my apoapsis and the ETA of that apoapsis. And I used my goToFrom to circularize my orbit from the apoapsis. Okay. Here I'm in that orbit. I use the cheat menu to create orbits. This is an elliptical orbit, right? And I want to circularize my orbit. So for that, I just need to open Kontrol System 2 here, and I have a reboot error because I forgot something. Of course, in my goToFrom, I need to first tell the ship parameter. I don't know if I can forget that ship here, because in all my functions I have to use a craft from the type vessel, because I need that information, and then the craft is always a parameter of my functions, and I don't know if I have to write it each time. For now I'm doing this, but don't know if I can do this better. So my ship wants to go to the apoapsis from the apoapsis, right? So let me reboot that, no error, and I can run that. Okay, so you see the maneuver has been created, and this is my new circular orbit. Okay, I'm not satisfied about the maneuver node here. I don't know if it's the fault of Kontrol System or KSP2. I think KSP2 is not perfect about maneuvers, so maybe the problem comes from KSP2, but we have to deal with that. It doesn't matter. Our maneuver won't be as perfect as if we use a KOS, but it's quite good. Okay, we have a good circle here. So the node is created, and now I want to execute that function. So for that, in the function execute maneuver node, what do I need? First, I need to choose the target orientation of my craft, okay, and I need the burn duration. First, I change the autopilot. I want the target orientation to be equal to my burn vector's next node. So next node is the next maneuver node on the map. Okay, and with that node, I have access to all that fields: burn duration, burn vector, ETA, expected orbit, global burn vector, the normal, orbit patch, prograde, radial out. Normal, prograde, and radial out are the floats of that are the parameters of my node. Okay. The time is the UT time at which my node is placed. Okay, this is not exactly the ETA. The ETA is the number of seconds until my burn starts. Okay, time is the current time plus the ETA. So I use that here. This is a vector, so I want my craft to face the same direction that the burn vector. Okay, I want the facing vector of my craft to be at the same direction that the burn vector. I slip 0.1, and then I create a constant, burn duration constant. This is the burn duration of my node here, right? And then I print the burn duration. Forma is from the core str here, core string. It is a way to write some sentence with variables in the middle of the sentence. Okay, so I write a string. Okay, here a message, sentence, and here with the curved bracket, I can say, okay, 0 is because we start to count with 0, so this is the first parameter, and n2 means, okay, that parameter is a number, and I want that number to be rounded with 2 digits after the in the decimal port. Okay, so and after that I write burn duration. So burn duration is the value 0 here. If I want to write more parameters, I can do that. I can say here, I don't know, I can say 10,000, this is another number, and here I can write, okay, 1 and n2. For example, here 10,000.024. Okay, so this is the first parameter, and this is the second parameter. Okay, in my main script here, I add exe maneuver, okay, ship, and I'm using exe maneuver from the library nmainv, so I have to add exe maneuver here in my use brackets here. Okay, so now if I reboot that, I have no error. I can open the console, and okay, so this is the maneuver is created here, and burn duration, you see 13.89 seconds, and this is my number 10,000.02. Okay, so forma is very useful if you want to format some some numbers. Okay, so here I can delete that, and this one. Okay, and you see my craft, so the SAS is off, and my craft is facing now the maneuver node. Okay, so now I want to continue. I want to warp until my next node. If the node is the burn duration is so burn duration, you have to divide that number by 2, and you execute your node that amount of time before the node. For example, if my burn duration is 20 seconds, I want to start my burn 10 seconds before the node. And this is because there will be 10 seconds before and 10 seconds after the node. So my burn, so my node is in the middle of the burn. Okay, so I want to burn until I want to warp, sorry, until that moment, and I want to have some security margin. Okay, so I want to warp until that moment and 20 seconds before that moment. Right, so I need to use the warp to function. Okay, and this is the next node point time. So this is the UT time, it is not the ETA, and this is what I want. Minus the burn duration divided by 2, right? But because I want a margin, okay, I can say minus 20 seconds. Okay, so this is margin security. Okay, and then I want just to use the console, okay, while this time I want the ETA of my node, so the ETA, while the ETA is greater than burn duration divided by 2, that means that that loop is running while my ETA is greater than burn duration, so the loop stops when the ETA is less or equal to my burn duration divided by 2. Okay, and this is what I want, and I just want to print, I don't know, print at let's say 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, let's say 7. At 7, 0, I want to print, let's use format again, maneuver in, and the first number is 0 and 2 seconds, and that number here, the parameter of my format number, it's the number next ETA minus burn duration divided by 2. Okay, so let me write here, and I can use brackets. Yeah. Okay. This is it. So this will warp automatically until that node. So let's start again. The node is created, and then we are warping until the node. Okay. I have here an error, and this is because I forget, and I always forget that, to use in the while loop yield. Let me reload my game to start this again. Okay, here we are again. So Kontrol System, reboot. I can open the console, I can clear that, and I can run my script. So the maneuver is created. The warp is automatic, okay, and you see the burn is 13 seconds plus 20. And I have my margin. Okay, so now the burn is at 20 seconds, and you notice that this is not the number given by KSP, because KSP, the KSP2 is using the exact moment of the node. Okay, so this is not correct. I think it will change one day, because in KSP1 they don't use the burn time like this. Okay, so now it is done. I want, when my maneuver is at 0 seconds, I want to execute the maneuver. Okay, so let me pause that. And let me continue my script. So I want my throttle to be equal to 0 for now. Okay, I want 0.0 because my throttle is a float number. Is down equals false, and this is for my loop. Okay, and then I will, to finish my loop, I will set is done to true, and I'm using the same function than in KOS. So if you look at my video about KOS, you can see what I'm doing here. I just rewrite my function for 1202. Okay, and this is the one thing in KSP2 that doesn't work for maneuver. It's the 280. That number doesn't change when you execute your number. Okay, so I can't use the magnitude of my burn vector because that doesn't change. So I have to find a new way to compute the delta V. Okay, and for that I need to create a new constant, and this is the expected velocity that I want. Expected velocity is my current velocity, okay, plus the delta V of my node. Okay, so I can use this. Burn vector is not exactly what I want. I don't want the burn vector, I want the global burn vector, because global burn vector is a global velocity, and this is what I want here. So I want here, next node, a global burn vector, okay, and this is a vector, and I want its magnitude, okay. So this is the delta V you see you see there, the 280. I must add to that the velocity at the moment when my burn starts. Okay, so for that I can use craft.orbit.orbital velocity, and I want the orbital velocity at I need to specify a UT time, okay, a universal time magnitude plus next node, okay, and that universal time is the time of my next node, so it's that time here. Okay, so that function is the same that my function here, compute velocity. Okay, but with compute velocity I need the altitude of my craft, okay, and that function don't use the altitude of the craft, it uses the time, a UT time, okay. Here it's magnitude. Right, so this is my expected velocity. It's a constant, okay, it is the velocity I need to reach to have a circular orbit, right? And then I can start my loop. So while is done is false, I do something, okay, and my throttle is craft set throttle, and here is my variable throttle. Okay, so I will complete here the while loop. I change my orbit. So the apoapsis is 700 kilometers, the periapsis is about 100 kilometers, but I change the orbit to have the apoapsis on the bright side. I do not want to have my apoapsis in the shadow. This is better for you to see the maneuver node here. So what did I change in my script? So here, so the throttle is set to 0. I clear the line 7 here because in the line 7 it was written the time until the maneuver. So when my maneuver starts, I don't need that line anymore, so I clear that line. My autopilot is target orientation is locked in my in the direction of the burn vector. Okay, this is written here, but I think I don't need to do that. I prefer to write this inside the loop to be certain that my target orientation is correct. Then the delta V is the difference between the expected velocity and my actual velocity. So now I'm using the orbital velocity with the current time. Okay, and this is a vector, so I need to write here the magnitude of that vector. And I want the absolute value of that dv, because I don't know if the expected velocity is greater or not. If I'm burning prograde, the expected velocity is greater than my current velocity, but if I'm burning retrograde, the expected velocity is less than my current velocity. The max acceleration is a way to calculate the time between the time of my maneuver. So the throttle is set to 1, but at the end of my maneuver, when that value is close to 0, my throttle is equal to that value. That means that the end of my maneuver is more precise. And I set my throttle to that number, okay, so 1 or that value, and I wait until the delta V is less than 0.05. I can choose to say 0.01, but if I'm going to be too precise, I'm not sure that that loop will end, so I prefer to have a certain security, a margin of security. And when this is right, is done, is true, so I can exit the loop. Okay. During the loop, I compute the delta V. Okay. This is the remaining delta V. That means that that number is going to 0. Okay. Remaining. Right. And the yield at the end of the loop to okay, for the loop. When the loop is over, I can set my throttle to 0, and I can remove the next node, and then I activate the SAS, and I want the autopilot to be at stability assist. Okay, so this is the same that what I'm doing here. Close all of this. The stability assist is the same that button here. Okay, and then I print maneuver done. All right, so let's do this. Control System, reboot to be sure. I can open the console right now. This was an old test, and let's go. So the warp is automatic. Okay. 30 seconds until the maneuver, so that gives me time to align the craft with the direction of the maneuver node. I can warp a little here manually. Okay, 5 seconds and go. So the remaining delta V is going down, and you'll see that my throttle at the end of my maneuver will decrease automatically until the delta V is less than 0.05. Okay, this is the end of the maneuver, and you see that my apoapsis is 700 kilometers, and the periapsis is quite 700 kilometers. There is here a difference of let's say 800 meters. Okay, so 0.8 kilometers. It's not very good, but it's not bad at all, right? This is a good circular orbit. Okay, so I'll keep that. All right, this is the end of that episode. Thank you for watching, and see you soon. Bye bye.